on page 18.
7th of May, Rabbi Levitt, Horeb. And you said 7 Revelation?
Yeah, page 18.
Got it.
Oh, this is very good. It's called Zechiras Maimed Har Sinai.
Hear us. Alacrity about the standing at Har Sinai.
Remembering.
Remembering the standing at Har Sinai.
Yeah. The Mamad was an event.
Okay, Andy.
Okay.
An event. Remembering the event. The event. VENT. Har Sinai.
I mean, it comes from, yeah, it actually comes from the word, like you said, like Ayin Mem Dalet is standing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That is what it's called in the by Chazal. They call it Mamad Har Sinai. The standing of Klal Yisrael at Har Sinai.
Right.
But it's yeah, they translate it as event because they also translate it like that too. Okay. Okay, so now he's quoting a whole slew of psukim over here. So should we get our Chumash Devorim? And it's mainly all in the Devorim, what he's quoting over here.
Right.
Um, let's see. Yeah, if we're gonna work through all these psukim, it's gonna take quite a long time.
Oh yeah, a lot of them. Look at this.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
But yeah. Um, I think maybe we should just you got your art scroll Humashim. You maybe just read their English is probably easier to understand than this English over here.
Okay. So we've got what? 4, 9.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what FF stands for.
Yeah, right. Okay. Should I read?
Yeah.
Only beware for yourself and greatly beware for your soul, lest you forget the things that your eyes have beheld, and lest you remove them from your heart all the days of your life, and make them known to your children and to your children's children, the day that you stood before Hashem, your God, at Horeb, when Hashem said to me, gather the people to me, and I shall let them hear my words, so that they shall learn to fear me all the days that they live on the earth, and they shall teach their children. So interesting. This is where the word Horeb comes from.
Horeb is the name. Yeah, that's the name of the mountain. Har Horeb.
Sinai.
Yeah, so that's already a Gemara that Gemara over there in Shabbos lists a number of different names that we call this mountain. But over here in this pasuk we call it Horeb. Maybe the Rashi has an explanation of what's the idea. Why do we call it Horeb?
Right. I don't see anything in Rashi about that word.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, here it is. Here it is. Yom Asher Amadta B'Chorev. Asher Reisem Hakolos Ve'es Halafidim, where you saw the sounds and the flames. And let's see, Rashi refers to Exodus 20:15. The day that you stood does not refer back to and make them known to your children. For the plural, them cannot refer to the singular day. Rather, to make them known refers to the things that your eyes have beheld. The day that you stood is not what your eyes have beheld. For, as has been noted, it is not the equivalent of plural things. Rather, it is when your eyes beheld. It is as if the verse had written, Biyom Asher Amadta, on the day you stood. And this is according to the Gur Aryeh, the Sifsei Chachamim, and the Be'er Yitzhak.
Okay. I didn't really get what the point of that was, but yeah, I guess you have to see it inside and take time to take a look at it.
Right.
Okay.
But it doesn't seem to be really have anything to do with the word Horeb.
No, not at all.
About the sounds and the flames.
Yeah, I mean the word Horeb is made out of the letters, the same letters that are the letters of a sword. A sword is a chereb.
Chereb.
It's so it's, why it's called that. We'd have to investigate. Any case, okay. So that's yeah. Okay. So that was part of what we said over there. And then and ye came near and stood far below by the mountain. Mary, you want to take over?
Yeah, let me just see.
This is like in the middle of the I don't know what it's the middle of this this first group of psukim. I guess it's more than one pasuk that Rav Hirsch is putting over here.
I read up to and including 10.
Oh, yeah, okay. So start at 11 then. Just trying to see if I can find it in here. Okay. So you approached and stood at the foot of the mountain. Oh, okay. That's appropriate. And the mountain was burning with fire up to the heart of heaven, darkness, cloud, and thick cloud. Hashem spoke to you from the midst of the fire, you were hearing the sound of words, but you were not seeing a form, only a sound. He told you of his covenant that he commanded you to observe, they call it the 10 declarations here. Okay, and he inscribed them on 2 tablets. Hashem commanded me at that time to teach you decrees and ordinances that you shall perform them. Whoops, went the wrong way. You shall perform them in the land to which you cross to possess it. But you shall greatly beware of your souls, for you did not see any likeness on the day Hashem spoke to you at Horeb, okay, from the midst of the fire. Didn't see him, okay. Lest you act corruptly and make yourselves a carved image, a likeness of any shape, a form of a male or female, a form of any animal on the earth, a form of any winged bird that flies in the heaven, a form of anything that creeps on the ground, a form of any fish that is in the water under the earth. Unless you raise your eyes to the heaven and you see the sun and the moon and the stars, the entire legion of heaven, and you will be drawn astray and bow to them and worship them, which Hashem your God has apportioned to all the peoples under the entire heaven. But Hashem has taken you and withdrawn you from the iron crucible from Egypt, to be a nation of heritage for him as this very day.
Okay.
It sounds like he's separating the Jewish people from all the other peoples of the earth.
Yeah, interestingly enough, that those last few psukim that you read, Rav Hirsch didn't include in that first quote of psukim that he has over here. The last ones is the last pasuk he had is Hashem Moshe Rabbeinu was saying, Hashem commanded me to teach you the chukim u'mishpatim, so that when you will be able to do them in the land when you go cross over and possess it. And that was the end of that. And then he goes to another place, also in Devorim. This is the second group of psukim that Rav Hirsch is quoting over here. Like starting from the middle of the page 18. And this is Devorim Perek Hey, Pasuk Yud Tes. And I guess that's where the first pasuk, and then it continues from there. So let's read from the art scroll again, from Devarim Hey Yud Tes. Lou, you want to take over?
Okay. Hey, Yud Tes. These words Hashem spoke to your entire congregation on the mountain, in the midst of the fire, the cloud, and the thick cloud, a great voice which did not stop. And he inscribed them on 2 stone tablets and gave them to me. It happened that when you heard the voice from the midst of the darkness, and the mountain was burning in fire, that you approached me, the heads of your tribes and your elders, and you said, Behold, Hashem our God has shown us his glory and his greatness, and we have heard his voice in the midst of the fire. This day we saw that Hashem will speak to a person that he can live. But now why should we die when this great fire consumes us? If we continue to hear the voice of Hashem our God any longer, we will die. For is there any human that has heard the voice of the living God speaking in the midst of the fire as we have and lived? You should approach and hear whatever Hashem, our God, will say, and you should speak to us whatever Hashem, our God, will speak to you. Then we shall hear and we shall do.
Hmm. Okay, so this was after the first 2 dibros, Anochi Hashem Elokecha and Lo Yeh Lecha, that the Gemara in Shabbos says that Klal Yisrael came to Moshe Rabbeinu and asked to, because each time that Hashem spoke, it wasn't just the Gemara says that their souls jumped out of their bodies, and they needed to be revived with the Tchias Amesim after the first Dibur and after the second Dibur, and it's not such a simple matter to have Tchias Amesim. Not such a it's quite an overwhelming experience. So they already had that experience after each one of the first 2 dibros, and they then told Moshe Rabbeinu that they'd rather that he go instead of they'll take a back seat, and he'll go and Hashem will tell him the rest of what he wanted to say, and then he'll tell them what he says, and then they'll do it. They're not trying to get out of anything, but they just want to stay alive. So, okay, so now we continue on. And Hashem heard the voice of your words. I don't know what pasuk that is.
25.
25. Okay. Back to Meir.
Okay. Hashem heard the sound of your words when you spoke to me. And Hashem said to me, I heard the sound of the words of this people, that they have spoken to you. They did well in all that they spoke. Who can assure that this heart should remain theirs? To fear me, observe all my commandments all the days, so that it should be good for them and after their children forever. Go say to them, return to your tents. I don't know if I'm going too far. And
no, it's still part of the quote.
Okay, so return to your tents. But as for you, stand here with me, and I shall speak to you the entire commandment and the decrees and the ordinances that you shall teach them, and they shall perform in the land that I give them to possess it.
Good. Ad Khan.
Okay.
So that's the second quote. So as we see over here that Hashem validated what the people said. that they don't want to hear any more from Hashem themselves, and they tell Moshe Rabbeinu, you hear for us, and you'll tell us what Hashem said, and then Hashem says that Halavai, they should always have such a heart as they have right now, to have to know who I am and to have Yiras Hashem, and therefore to keep all of the mitzvahs, so that it'll be good for them and for their children forever. Okay, so that's what Moshe Rabbeinu instructed them to return to their tents, and then Hashem said, "But you're going to stay here with me, and then I'll tell you everything, and then you'll teach them." Okay. Now we have we just have one pasuk in Exodus, Shmos, Perek Yud Tes X1X. I think that's 19.
Right. Yud Tet.
Yud Tes. Oh, so this is where it's actually happening in Shmos. Lou, you want to take over? You have an Exodus?
Yeah. Hashem spoke to Moshe, "Behold, I come to you in the thick of the cloud, so that the people will hear as I speak to you. They will believe in you also forever." Moshe told the words of the people to Hashem. Hashem said to Moshe, "Go to the people and prepare them today and tomorrow, and they shall wash their clothing. Let them be ready for the third day. For on the third day Hashem shall descend before the eyes of the people, of all the people, on Mount Sinai." Okay, we're back to Mount Sinai. "And you shall set bounds around it for the people, saying, guard yourselves from ascending the mountain or touching its edge. Whoever touches the mountain shall surely die. A hand shall not touch it, for he shall be stoned, or he shall be cast down, whether animal or person. He shall not live. When the blast of the ram's horn is drawing out, they will ascend the mountain."
Okay. So that was from Shmos during the actual event. And of course, in Devorim, Moshe Rabbeinu is just recounting to Klal Yisrael the history of what happened in Sefer Shmos. So now we go back to Sefer Devorim, and this is chapter 18, pasuk Yud Daled.
Okay, 18. Yud Daled. Okay. So let's see. It says, for these names.
Yes, good morning, Roy. I see
Roy.
you're trying to get in.
Oh, okay, he's coming. Good.
Yeah, I just admitted. Okay, well, looking forward to seeing you. Bye. Okay, Mayor. Please continue, Mayor.
Okay, so 14. For these nations that you are possessing, they hearkened to astrologers and diviners. But as for you, not so has Hashem your God given for you. Okay. a prophet from your midst, from your brethren like me, shall Hashem your God establish for you. To him shall you hearken. Oh, wow.
Okay, just we'll tell Roy where we're holding over here. We're holding in page 19,
Thank you.
and it's this long quote from the Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 14, that Mayor is just reading from the Art Scroll so we could understand it a little better than the English that they have over here.
Right, thank you. Yeah, I just got back from the dentist, so thank you very much.
Okay, good. So,
Refuah Shalema, Roy.
It's all right, nothing was wrong.
Baruch
And
Hashem.
the dentist did a good job then.
Anybody who goes to the dentist needs a refuah Shalema, in my opinion.
Okay. So go on and
Okay, so we're on chapter 18, Pasuk 15. Okay. And it says, a prophet from your midst, from your brethren, like me, shall Hashem your God establish for you. To him shall you hearken. According to all that you asked of Hashem your God in Horeb on the day of the congregation, saying, I can no longer hear the voice of Hashem, my God, and this great fire I can no longer see, so I shall not die. Then Hashem said to me, they have done well in what they have said. I will establish a prophet for them from among their brethren, like you, and I will place my words in his mouth. He shall speak to them everything that I will command him. Oh. So, okay, keep going. Let's see. And it shall be that the man who will not hearken to my words, that he shall speak in my name, I will exact from him. But the prophet who willfully shall speak a word in my name, that which I have not commanded him to speak, or who shall speak in the name of the gods of others, that prophet shall die. I guess, at first I thought he was speaking about Yoshua, but then it looks like he's describing the prophet's responsibilities, all the prophet's responsibilities.
Yeah.
This paragraph.
There's one difference, I think, in what you said and what's written here.
Mm-hmm.
It said, what's it? Where was it? Something about whoever's. Oh no, I can't find it. One difference was that he said that you don't let me see, and I cannot see the fire. Is that right? Let me not hear again the voice of the Lord my God, neither let me see this great fire anymore, that I die not.
Yeah, that's what the congregation said to Moshe, I guess.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, it was translated a little bit differently in the Art Scroll. I don't remember how they said it, but it was a little bit different. But again, what's noteworthy is that Hashem related that, which basically what they're saying is that we don't want to hear uh, uh, Hashem's voice anymore because we're afraid that if we hear again, we're not going to survive. And Hashem said, "Yes, they've well said. They exactly so. They've spoken well." So that's the whole. Now that segues into the parsha of prophecy. I'll give them a prophet, and I'll put my words, says Hashem, into his mouth, and he'll say what I want you to hear, and that'll be like that. You'll hear what I say.
And then you wonder why Hashem doesn't organize it so that we don't need that we can hear directly.
Well, he said in the previous section that, of course, the whole Maimad Har Sinai was not simply to impart the Aseret Dibros, but the information, but it was a whole event over there, and Hashem wanted that they should have an awe and a reverence and a fear for him.
What is this?
And this is why he did it that way.
Uh-huh.
This can be found in take a look in Sefer Devorim. This is from Perek Hay, and it's around looks like Pasuk Chaf Beis, maybe something like that.
I don't have it here, but still, okay.
Over there, that we said that Hashem said, "I've heard the voice of the words of the people. That they've spoken to me. They've spoken. And they've said well." So in other words, Hashem is accepting the fact that they're saying we don't want to hear anymore. But after that he said we don't want to hear directly. That's what they're saying. They're saying it's not that we don't want to hear. We don't want to hear directly, because they said previously, Moshe, you go and you hear, and then you tell us, and then we'll do everything that you say. So Hashem shouldn't think that we're saying that we don't want to hear because we don't want to know what we need to do. We just want to be able to stay alive, to be able to do that which Hashem wants us to do. And it was too overwhelming of an experience. Like we said before, the Gemara said that their souls left them after each. After Hashem said, "Anochi Hashem Elokecha," their souls left them. And the Gemara relates. This is a Gemara in Shabbos, Pei Ches, 88. Take a look over there. You see what happened over there by Maimad Har Sinai, that the Malachim had to come and revive the Klal Yisrael with the Tal HaTchiyah, with the dew of Tchiyas HaMesim. And that happened after Anochi Hashem Elokecha. And the Malachim had to bring them back also to the place where they were because they had run to the end of the camp. And then Hashem said the second Dibra, and the same thing happened again. their souls left them, and the whole experience of Talatria and revival and Trias Amesim was just so overwhelming, and they were afraid that the third time they wouldn't be zocheh to have the Trias Amesim, or if they did, they would be just so there's just so much that the physical human being can take. Moshe Rabbeinu was on a different level, so he was able to speak to Hashem panim al panim, and that wasn't happening. But the rest of Klal Yisrael, this is what happened. And so after all of that, Hashem said, halavai, that they should continue to have a heart for me, to fear me always, just like they do right now. Just like they do right now. And like that, they'll be very careful to keep all of the mitzvahs, everything what it says in the Torah, and like that, it'll be very good for them. And with their children forever. So that was one of the objectives of Ma'amad Har Sinai. Not simply that Klal Yisrael should receive the Torah, but they should receive the Yiras Hashem to know that that's what they got to do to keep the Torah. That was all part of Ma'amad Har Sinai. Okay.
Okay.
That's it? Oh, that's it. Okay.
11:33.
Okay, so we did a lot over here today.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll pick it up tomorrow, Be'ez Hashem, on Rosh Chodesh.
Right.
So we're keeping the same schedule throughout into the next month, right? The same schedule we have now.
That's a normal one, isn't it?
For Rabbi Levitt, it's the normal schedule, yeah. So we're just keeping it, correct, Rabbi?
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
All the best, Mayor. Have a great day and a good Erev